Yeah, and we did the kickoff last year. One of the companies that went with us a couple years ago ended up a year later writing a letter to the governor saying they've been so successful, and with our assistance in going to the summit, they were looking at $100 million in sales. If that isn't a reason to go with us to the summit, I'm not sure what is, and we can talk more about that. I would let them talk about the resources.
Good morning. So like you said, Biova Kabine Corporate Council on Africa, well, Washington DC based, and this has been a tradition for us for the last couple of years to be part of the kickoff of the summit. This year we are privileged that the summit will be in Morocco, Marrakesh, July 19th to 22nd. It's been a long time coming, and I would like to take this opportunity to thank the government of Morocco for their hospitality, for the amazing work that they've been doing with us for the past, I should say, 2 years, because it was supposed to be in 2020, and we all know what happened. But now we kind of came back and looking forward to an amazing summit. Like Carl said, the reason to go is really, like I tell people, Africa is what, 54 countries, and you get in 3-4 days to meet ministers, head of state, business people, potential partners from across the continent, 3-4 days, which is amazing. That's an investment. You can imagine having to crisscross the continent just to meet these people, and they are there, they are receptive. If anybody has done business in Africa, you know that having an appointment with the minister or head of state is a headache. Even when you get it, you might get it at 10 p.m. Because that's when they're available, and you get to have them, engage over 3-4 days to talk about investment opportunities in their countries and across the continent. So hopefully I'll see a lot of you, all of you, in Marrakesh. We were expecting 1,000+ people, and I was chatting with Lisa here from USCDA, and we go way back because CCA work closely with the U.S. government, and we were expecting a larger number from the U.S. government. The last summit we did in person in Maputo in 2018, I believe, we had over 100 people from across the U.S. government, and Prosper Africa actually was launched at the U.S. Africa BusinessSummit in Maputo. So we're expecting a lot of announcements, a lot of deals. We have 3 head of state confirmed as of today: Mozambique, Botswana, Tato said earlier, and Ghana. And working with our Moroccan colleagues to confirm more head of state is great, but can be also a challenge, because having one is more than enough. But in terms of ministers, we're hoping to have at least one minister for each African country. So 54 ministers. And we'll have the conversation across different issues. Health, which is key, very important. We actually have 5-6 health sessions to tell you how important health is, and talking about business, and, how health is a business, and how the government across the continent, but also in the U.S., start looking at health as a business, and creating the right environment for private sector to invest in that sector. We've had conversation about infrastructure, from financing infrastructure to technology to facilitate all increased infrastructure development across the continent. We'll have conversation about agriculture. We'll have conversation, about ICT and security. We'll have a number. One of the things that's exciting for me about the summit this year, a couple of things, is the golf tournament for those who golf. We'll have a golf tournament as kickoff to the summit, and we're expecting a couple of head of state to come and join us as part of that. But we're also expecting 5 to 6 U.S. institutional investors from the CalSPERS of this world's clusters, the Maryland pension, the retirement funds that are looking at investing in Africa, and that's a game changer. When you start seeing U.S. institutional investors that can write checks of $100 million plus Africa in that way as an investment opportunity, then you understand it's a game changer. You understand that things are changing because for those who know economy, institutional investors are really in the back room, and they're the one that causes economies to move. And we have seen this in the U.S. and other part of the world. So when you start to see U.S. institutional investors partnering with African institutional investors, African pension funds, African sovereign wealth fund, then you, as a business person, that also gives you comfort because those investors, are looking for very secure investment to some extent, because they're not just investing for themselves, but for millions of people behind them. So they are looking for secure investment. They are looking for not as high return investment, but as long as they have a secure return on investment and that the money can be returned. That's what gives them comfort. So you have opportunity to engage with that level of investors, and Morocco is making things very easy for those traveling through Morocco, and I mean we're going to Marrakesh, so I don't know what else to tell you. I think I should have started saying we're going to be Marrakesh, but we're expecting 1,000+ people. In Maputo 3 years ago we had I think over 2,000 people, but since we're coming back, we're playing safe and saying 1,000, but who knows, it might be more than that. But all in all, it's going to be a lot of fun. Since we're in the first date, we're also invited to the White House, so if anybody knows somebody that lives close by, part of the White House, let them know, there's a letter. We're expecting a response, and hopefully they'll be able to show up. And I'm saying that, but I think that also shows interest at the highest level when you have African head of state coming to meet with African and U.S. businesses to talk about investment on the continent. It's always good to have that seal of approval and if you want blessing from political entities. And like I said, we're working closely with the U.S. government, with the National Security Council, with State Department, Department of Commerce, Prosper Africa, to make sure that this summit is the best ever. And at the end of the day, what we want is U.S. companies to do deals on the continent, to be able to engage, start conversation with new partners, rekindle the relationship with all partners, and for this to happen, for a job to be created here, both in the U.S. but also on the continent. So look forward to seeing you in Marrakesh in July. Thank you.